Are we good? Are we good? All right. Shout out to you guys. We're good. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Shout out to all you guys for rocking with us today. Here it is Monday, August 7th, 2023. Another day, another great day, and another day for football. Shout out to the Wrench Gang. Shout out to the family. Shout out to all the listeners, watchers. We got a lot to cover today. Obviously, we're going to get into the stream schedule for Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So I'll let you guys know what I'm streaming. So if you have not already, make sure that you do subscribe. That way you don't miss out on the streams. We're going to have a great week one. We're also going to get into Mr. Damar Hamlin. Some updates as far as CJ Stroud, Purdy, all that good stuff. It's going to be a good show. So shout out to all you guys. Before I get started, what's up, Harrison? Shout out to you, bro. Yo, it's been a minute. What's going on with you, Jan? Jan in the house. OG Wrench Gang. Tactical. What's up, man? Tennessee Tactical in the building. Marble Sky. Big Ron. Let's go, yo. Let's go. All right. I had a crazy week, to say the least. I had an absolutely crazy week. Setbacks. This was definitely a week for setbacks. I had some crazy stuff go on, just in life in general. And then yesterday, because you guys know I like to get a little Sunday streaming with you guys, get ready for the week and so forth and so on. Yesterday, turned on the computer, it was crawling. It was so slow. It was moving like a snail. So I had to basically go in, figure out what's going on. At first, I thought that I had cooked my CPU, and I was going to be really upset about that one because that was going to be like a $500 purchase. But it would have been a whatever. But luckily, it wasn't the CPU. Checked into all that. It was actually my CPU pump. It was the water cooler pump. It officially died after 2 years, which is still under warranty, but took care of it. Even though I didn't actually get the pump, I had to order another one. It's not the same one. I got a different one. Installed it this morning. Took care of that. So problem solved. So listen, through all the ups and the downs, all the trials and tribulations, you cannot stop this train. I may get derailed, but that's what the workers are there for. They're there to come back and make sure that the tracks is fixed and put the train right back on the track. And we're going to keep going. We don't stop. Shout out to the coach. Plays in the building. What's up, coach? Let's go, yo. I see your you and your college stuff, yo. I see you, bro. Big coach Plays in the building, my man. All the way down in Tennessee. Showing that Tennessee love. Much love to you and your family, coach. Much love, man. Shout out to Jonas in the building. What's going on, man? Darren in the house. What's up, Jay? Looking forward to the games this weekend. Happy football is back. Yes, football is back. I'm 100% excited. So, yes, everything was fixed. Everything was taken care of. And we are ready to go. Okay, let's go ahead and get into this news, and then obviously we'll get into the schedule and all that fun stuff. So, Mr. Damar Hamlin, he was actually in camp. He's looking good. He had a pick 6. So, I obviously don't want to get my hypes up too much in regards to Hamlin and whether or not, he's going to be able to perform and go out there and ball like he should be able to, because we still don't know, right? There's a lot involved. There's going to be all eyes on him, especially while he's playing it right now, even during camp. So to put him in a scenario to where he's back in the game right now, I just don't know. Would I like to see him on the field? Of course. Do I think it's a good thing right now? I can't say. That's obviously up for him and up to him and the doctors, the team, management, the owners, and everyone to figure that out and whether or not he's ready to step back out on that field. Do I want to see it? Sure. But I just don't know how I really feel about it. So, let's get into it. After emotional return to full contact, what's next for Bills' Damar Hamlin? Let's get into the video.
Adam, is there concern that maybe Josh Allen, look, great, amazing quarterback, that he needs to maybe change up a little bit, play a little bit more safe in order to last longer and really bring the Bills to the promised land?
Well, I think as you get older, you get wiser about some of the tackles you decide to take on or not take on. But the fact of the matter is that's who Josh Allen is. He runs over people. He runs around people. He's not going to give up the use of his legs, but obviously he can be smarter about some of the decisions he makes some of the times. But that's what makes him the threat he is. That's what makes him one of the best quarterbacks in all of football. I don't see him.
Well, I like that he's saying that. Before we get into the Damar situation, obviously, one of the biggest things that we seen with Allen over the years is the amount of hits, right? Every time he takes a hit, it's like, is he okay? And then he gets up and he shakes it off like it's nothing. Now, obviously, if you played any kind of sport, you know that's just the adrenaline pumping and that good energy and all that kind of stuff. But when those games are over, you know he's in that ice, all right? He's sore. He's definitely feeling it. And over the course of the seasons, obviously, that's going to take a toll on this man's body. So, like I was saying in the beginning of basically when the NFL season we started talking about it, was whether or not Allen needed to basically pass the ball more opposed to run. And I still stand on that. I do think that he needs to sit back in that pocket a little bit more, pass the ball, utilize that run game that they have now, and, let Cook work. I think that he can figure out more time in the pocket if, obviously, that offensive line can allow it. Because, let's be honest here, the Bills' offensive line has been problematic, and that's why Allen has had to run. He's been hurried. He's been pressured. Those create so many issues as far as with him not wanting to get sacked, so he's going to take off. He's going to use those feet. But to me, that's one of the biggest issues that we've had with the Bills, not just from a defensive standpoint, but that offensive line and putting Josh Allen in those situations to where he can actually perform the way that he needs to. But yeah, as it says, second most quarterback hits taken since entering the league in 2018 at 851. That's absolutely crazy. You don't want your star quarterback taking that many hits. But hey, that's another story. Shout out to my man Duke. What up, yo? What's going on with you, Kathy? Kathy in the house. Says Bills need to use the running backs more. Yes, we are on the same page. Jonas says he only takes hits because he's a giant running the ball, and safeties and linebackers love to hit a giant. It's true. He's got the size for it. He's got the strength. But I'll tell you this, the older you get, the more brutal you become. So, yeah, he's going to have to go ahead and stop taking so many hits and air that thing out. So let's continue on with the Damar Hamlin story. So as Damar Hamlin jogged onto the field at Highmark Stadium, he let out a yell. The cheers of Buffalo Bills fans seemed to get louder as he picked up speed. While thousands watched from the stands, Hamlin was full of emotions, later sharing he cried multiple times during Friday night's return of blue and red practice. About 7 months ago, Hamlin was watching the Bills in the playoffs from an unfamiliar place in a suite above the field, just weeks after suffering cardiac arrest during a January primetime game. Now, as preparations for the 2003 kick into overdrive, he's playing football once again. In quote, just walking out to practice on the field, this is one of the biggest moments as well. So much energy just flowed out. Hamlin said Friday, I didn't know how it was going to go. I didn't know how I was going to react, but I got so much love for the game and love for the sport. You learn so much about yourself and about life through playing this game. And listen, hear me out. You got to realize, I don't think you have to be a football player to know that that kind of situation coming back onto the field is definitely going to be emotional, right? You don't know how your body's going to react to it. You don't know how you're mentally going to react to it. So you're taking it day by day. And, big ups to him because that does take a lot. You got a man who, practically was, and it just easier way of saying it, he was practically dead at one point. So to go back out there and do the same thing that you love to do and push that fear aside shows strength, shows resilience, and shows that, he's built this way. So shout out to Hamlin for continuing and pushing on. So it goes on to say, after a spring and summer spent in part giving back in form of promoting CPR training and distributing automated external defibrillators, he was back to the normal rhythm of training camp. Hamlin's football routine has become perhaps one of the most normal things remaining in his life. Sometimes it's like normal doesn't exist, but it's a blessed space. It's a super blessed space, Hamlin said to reporters after his first padded practice last Monday. My dad has been preaching like just trying to make sure everything is normal as possible. But as far as my situation, it's a unique situation, and I have to, I will live with that forever. I'll sit with that forever. But I try to keep things as normal as possible. Like I said, I wish I could do this process under a rock just to force myself and pop out whenever I felt like I was super duper ready to be a Pro Bowler. But I think there's power in being out here every day and doing my process in front of the world. So shout out to Damar Hamlin, for going back out there and still believing in himself and balling. Like I said, I'm not sure if, we'll see him back on the field playing at that same level. But I would like to see it. So, yeah. Getting into the next story. Mr. Brock Purdy. Now, Mr. Brock Purdy, obviously, you guys were sleeping on him last year. I was hyping him up. You know that. Each game he went out there, I was like, you know what? This kid's going to be great. You guys called him a one-hit wonder. Well, hey, listen. The man is literally starting for the 49ers now. He has put the helmet on, and he has taken charge for these Niners. But he's not going to play preseason yet. That's being discussed right now. So San Francisco 49ers quarterback Brock Purdy's first preseason snaps in the game will likely have to wait until at least the Niners' second preseason contest set for August 20th against the Denver Broncos, if they happen at all. That's because the plan for right now is for Purdy to handle his usual duties as a starting quarterback and joint practices Thursday and Friday with the Las Vegas Raiders, but not in the exhibition opener Sunday at Allegiant Stadium. I doubt Brock plays, says San Francisco coach Kyle Shanahan said. We haven't fully decided it yet. Usually when we go to scrimmage against guys, we rarely play our starters. We're more into practices than the games, but I've changed my mind a couple times too based on how the practices go. Usually that's our plan, but let's see how these practices go. Listen, let's keep it real, Shanahan, just be completely honest. You're not putting in Brock yet because you're still worried about that elbow. You've seen that he's still good in camp. You've seen what Trey Lance did, so you're going to go with Brock because that's just the reality right now. But you guys don't want him to basically go out there and make any trouble of that elbow right now. So they're doing good. They're playing it smart. It makes sense to me. They have the firepower that they need for preseason. Let Brock Purdy work, rest that elbow. That way he's 100% ready to go and good to go for week 1. Shout out to Jonas, says sleeping on him. He didn't play any top defenses until the playoffs. Heck, I could go in and did what he did with the teams he played against before the playoffs. Stop it, Jonas. Stop it. He definitely did play some great teams that had a decent defense. He definitely did. Did you guys forget? Did you and Bob forget what happened? Do I got to go back through the stats again? Because I'll do it. I'll do it. You know I love y'all, but y'all be testing my patience sometimes. We already had this conversation. Let's not do it again. Kyle Shanahan has often erred on the side of the rest for his starters in the preseason, choosing to give players he wants to see snaps in the second game, but generally resting them in the other 2 contests. Because Purdy is coming off a surgical repair of the ulnar collateral ligament in right elbow on March 10th. The Niners have been bringing him along at a prescribed pace and tended to have him ready for the September 10th opener against the Pittsburgh Steelers. So, Purdy has been following a 2 days on and 1 day off programs as the Niners open training camp on July 25th. Shanahan said at the time that the hope was Purdy could begin practicing without the required day off about 2 weeks into camp. On Monday, Shanahan indicated that is forthcoming. All right. Bob laughs. Yeah, I knew you were going to laugh, Bob. Jonas said, nope, that was in the playoffs. Okay, what better time to beat a team than in the playoffs? Forget the regular season. Your defense is supposed to step up even more in the playoffs, and he cooked them in the playoffs. Why do we got to do this? I feel like you get a rise out of it. Y'all be trying to get Hoodie J out without the hoodie on, yo. Y'all definitely do. Shout out to Shelby. What's going on with you, Shelby? How you doing tonight? Duke says exactly, Jay. I mean, that's Jonas says, what touchdowns did he throw? All right, since you want to do this, we're gonna do this. Ladies and gentlemen, Jonas wanted to do it. I gotta do it now. I didn't want to have to come to this, but he wanted to go there. Whenever there's a conversation about Brock Purdy, they want to go there. All right, we're going to have to do it. Hold on. Here we go. Let's see. Dallas beat him 19-12. He was 19 for 29, had 214 yards, 65.5% completion percentage. No touchdown, no interception. His long was 31, ended with QBR of 53.3. Now, Jonas is going to make the case because he didn't have a touchdown. Doesn't matter. They still won the game. Doesn't matter. You don't have to throw for a touchdown if your team wins. Now, if they would have lost, then yeah, we're going to bring up the fact that he didn't throw any touchdowns. But they won the game. So what's more prevalent here? The fact that the Cowboys didn't beat him, or the fact that he didn't score a touchdown in the playoffs against a veteran quarterback, Dak Prescott? You want to get into those stats? You want to get into Dak Prescott stats? You want me to do that? Oh, they're gonna make me bring out the Cowboys memes. They're gonna make me bring out the Cowboys memes. All right, let's continue on. It said it's coming up. Shanahan said, I think it's the next week. It hasn't changed since the beginning, so yeah, it's coming up. None of that is to say Purdy will not participate in preseason games at all, while the 49ers have Trey Lance, Sam Darnold, and Brandon Allen to take reps in Purdy's stead. Shanahan left the door open for Purdy to play at some point in an exhibition contest. I think it's always good to play, Shanahan said. I don't think he has to. A lot of guys don't have to, but it usually helps. So there you go. Mr. Purdy most likely will not be playing preseason. There's a lot of other talent out there that Shanahan wants to see what they can do, and he's probably going to put them at the helm. So, yeah. There you go. Shout out to Scott Collet. What up, man? What's going on with you, bro? Scott in the building. Jonas says, bring out the stats against the Eagles. Oh, man. Get those stats for Purdy against the Eagles. All right, I'll pull it up. Pull it up. Mr. Purdy stats for the Eagles. Listen, you were talking about defenses and what he did, right? We'll go back to it. Good defenses, huh? Who do you consider to have a good defense? Would you consider Miami? Miami had a decent defense, right? Seahawks? The Seahawks had a pretty good defense. Twice. And then obviously Mr. Purdy was injured for the Eagles game. He only had 4 completions for 4 attempts at 23 yards. So, if you want to talk about Purdy and the attempts and what he did, and he was at 100% before he got injured. If that says anything. Like, he was at 100% before he got injured. All right, so we got the poll going, ladies and gentlemen. 22 votes. Which Thursday game are you most excited for? 82% of you have said Vikings versus Seahawks. I'm excited for that one as well. All right, so yeah, we're off Mr. Brock Purdy. I know Jonas is trying to get under our skin tonight. It's all good. It's all good. You know who else gets under people's skin? These Kansas City Chiefs. They definitely get under people's skin. Speaking of these Chiefs, let me get this pulled up here. Dang it. I just lost it. It's because Jonas is messing with me, yo. Well, the story was Pacheco being ready by the season. But let me just Bob says, boo, KC. Chiefs won't make the playoffs. Now, that's something that I think I agree with you on, Jonas. I definitely do think I agree with you on that one as far as Chiefs making the playoffs. It's a different year. There's a lot of changes. There's a lot going on. And y'all know I got my Bills going all the way, so without a doubt. In other news, let's keep it going. Kareem Hunt. Speaking of the Chiefs. Kareem Hunt making his name or getting his name back in the news. Says free agent running back Kareem Hunt will visit the New Orleans Saints on Tuesday. A source told ESPN's Jeremy Fowler the Saints are looking for running back depth after Eno Benjamin was placed on IR with a ruptured Achilles. Starting running back Alvin Kamara will be suspended for the first 3 games of the season due to a violation of the NFL's personal conduct policy. We talked about that 3 days ago. Jamal Williams, who signed with the Saints in free agency, and rookie Kendre Miller, a 2023 third-round pick out of TCU, will likely be the immediate backups behind Kamara. The only other depth on the roster at the moment is rookie Ellis Merriweather and Kirk Merritt, who converted from wide receiver. Hunt, 28, was the third-round pick for the Kansas City Chiefs in 2017, spent the past 4 seasons with the Browns. He played in all 17 games for the Browns last season with no starts as a backup to Nick Chubb, rushing for 468 yards, 3 touchdowns. He also caught 35 passes for 210 yards and a touchdown last season. I like this for the Saints. I really do. You got the talent, you've got the veteran ability. The man knows the game. He'll be a great, replacement in time for Alvin Kamara. Hey, we'll even see if the man can ball out and really shine, because who knows? You never know. He breaks out and he showed those Saints that he's something different now. He might get more time. So there you go. And as far as our time goes, Mr. CJ Stroud starting. It's his time. He's going to be starting against the Patriots. So we'll get to see him Thursday. We'll get to see what he does. We'll get to see his time in the pocket, his presence, his focus, whether or not he's ready for this game. Because listen, Davis Mills, as I don't want to say trash, but as not good as he's been, I think he was still in his development phase. I think he could have been decent. He's under a different play scheme with Texas, and that's just one of the biggest problems. They're playing on that pocket passer presence. I could definitely see Stroud stepping up and taking over the team. But the real question is if he can get through these games and show some real promise and show his coaches and the team that he's the next up. So, yeah, Houston Texans will start rookie quarterback C.J. Stroud in their first preseason game against the New England Patriots on Thursday. Texans coach D'Amico Ryans told NFL Network that the number 2 pick will start over quarterback Davis Mills. Stroud and Mills are in quarterback competition, and they split first-team reps throughout most of training camp. But recently, Ryan gave Stroud all the first-time reps for 3 straight practices. That means something. On Thursday against the Patriots, the Texans starting offense is expected not to play that many snaps. Right now, as I see it, guys going out, hopefully getting a couple of series depending on how it goes, Ryan said. We'll go out there as well. Most of our guys will get work. Stroud starting the first preseason game might reveal that he has a lead in the quarterback competition over Mills and could perhaps earn the starting job by performing well against the Patriots. He always had an advantage in the competition because he was a high draft pick. Since the 2011 NFL collective bargaining agreement, among the 17 quarterbacks selected in the top 5, 11 have started in week 1. So basically, this is letting you know, as long as the kid can shine, if he can shine in the preseason game against these Patriots, then he's going to start. He's going to start. Shout out to Jonas, says C.J. Stroud is more ready than the other rookie quarterback. Yeah, I could agree. There's been conversations as far as with Young and him showing his frustration. They're basically saying that frustration is a good, healthy thing, but I don't think so. I don't think that frustration is a good, healthy thing. I think it's frustration of really, really trying to learn the game, really trying to adjust to it, because it's way different from college. Way different from college, ladies and gentlemen, especially dealing with those defensive tackles and those corners and all that good stuff. It's way faster. Way faster. I'm not saying anything as far as the man and whether or not he's going to be able to learn and pick the game up and go out there and do something for the Panthers. I'm just saying it's going to be very difficult for him to go out there and ball out with those Panthers. I just don't trust it. But we'll see. We shall see. Shout out to Immortal, says my vertical is a lot like the Paper Lions playoff record after I rush your mic. You stop hating on those Lions, Immortal. I'm telling you, they're going to surprise people this year. It's going to be real crazy. People going to be sitting in the chair like, we're going to be on the stream and shock and awe. Like, they did that? What? I'm telling you, man. I'm excited to see that run game from the Lions. I definitely think Jared Goff has a good system over there. And we might be pleasantly surprised. So, definitely excited to see it. Shout out to E. Capone, says Hoodie J, what it do? What up, man? What's going on with you, bro? Much love, man. Shout out to Shelby coming through with the $9.99 super chat. Shout out to you, Shelby. Thank you for the support. Thank you for the $9.99 donation. And we got to go ahead and get Mr. Ric Flair out here. We haven't had Ric Flair out for a while. Make sure we got our volume just right. All right, here we go. Ric Flair, where you at? There it is. Shout out to you, Shelby. Thank you for the support. Thank you for the $9.99 super chat. All right. E. Capone says Lions will be legit. I agree. Mortal says 1-13 playoff record thanks to Jonas Cowboys. It would be 0. Listen, at the end of the day, these ain't those old Lions. These is those new Lions. These that Jared Goff Lions. I'm telling you, they gonna ball out. They gonna ball out. I'm excited to see it. Scott says, a little louder on that Flair. That was weak. All right, I got you. I wasn't trying to have it too loud for y'all tonight, but Scott says I got to do it, so. There we go. Shout out to you, Purple. Let's go, yo. Wrench Gang in the house. Wrench Gang in the house. All right. let's go ahead and get into this schedule. All right, so you guys know that I'm going to be streaming Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Your boy Jay is in work mode. The train don't stop. We keep going. We keep working. We hard workers over here. We go and get the job done. We are here for football, and football is back. So, week 1. Obviously, I'm going to break this down each week as we go on. So, we're starting with week 1 now. Next week will be week 2, then so forth and so on. You know how we do here. All right. I'm going to be streaming Thursday, August 10th, 2023. Houston versus New England. I'm also going to be streaming the Minnesota Vikings and the Seattle Seahawks. Starts at 7 p.m. Make sure you are here. It's going to be a hell of a time. Both games back-to-back. I will be streaming. You guys know how we do. I don't play around. I'm on it. Your boy Jay is here. Friday, we're going to get into your Green Bay Packers, Cincinnati Bengals. That'll be at 7 p.m. And then, obviously, the Denver Broncos against the Arizona Cardinals. That's at 10 p.m. So those will be the 2 games that I stream on Friday. Green Bay, Cincinnati, and then the Broncos and the Cardinals. Those will be the 2 games that I stream on Friday. Saturday. Yes. Bills Mafia, we are back. I will be streaming this at 1 p.m. Colts and Bills. I will be in full Bills attire. Bills Mafia, you know how we do. Make sure you are here. 1 p.m. Saturday. Matter of fact, before 1 p.m. We start early. You know that. Just make sure you're here on the channel because I will be ready to go. And if we get enough viewers, I am giving away another jersey. Another Bills jersey. So, yes. Make sure you're here. Shout out to Tracy. What up, Tracy? So 1 o'clock is going to be Bills and Colts. And then I'm going to do the 7 o'clock game, which is going to be Eagles and the Ravens. I'm excited to see that one as well. So Saturday is going to be 1 p.m., Bills and Colts. And then 7 p.m. is going to be Eagles, Ravens. I think that's going to be a good one. Little sad to miss the Chargers and the Rams, but not really because I'm just being real. I don't think the Rams are going to be doing too much. I think the excitement comes from these Bills and these Colts and obviously the Eagles and the Ravens. All right, then Sunday, this will wrap up week 1 of the preseason. It's going to be KC and the Saints. I'm excited for that one as well as these 49ers and these Raiders. So I'll be streaming both those games on Sunday. And that is going to be the stream schedule for week 1 preseason 2023. Tracy says, drum roll. Shout out to you, yo. Immortal says, battle for King of LA. I gotta say Chargers, man. I gotta say Chargers. If there's a team that's holding down LA right now, it's gotta be the Chargers. No respect to Mr. Matt Stafford. I just think he had that one Super Bowl in him, and that may be it. He might prove us wrong, but I got to go with those Chargers. Shout out to E. Capone says, Mafia. Let's go, yo. You already know how we do. You already know. Home team is going to be the Rams. So it's going to be Chargers at the Rams. They'll be playing at home. Eagles at Baltimore. Baltimore is going to be at home. Kansas City is going to be at New Orleans. So the Saints will be at home. And then 49ers at the Raiders. So Raiders will be at home. So my Bills will be at home. It's going to be a great Saturday for sure. Cincinnati's going to be at home. Arizona's going to be at home. New England's going to be at home. And then Seahawks are going to be at home. And that will be our stream schedule for week 1. Duke Tomlinson coming in with the heat. Says, Jay, honest evaluation of Justin Fields. It's tricky. Do you remember the first 2 years for Lamar Jackson. That's where I see Justin Fields, except he doesn't have. And I know y'all going to be mad at me, especially you, Mardo. I just haven't seen that dog in him yet that Lamar had. I would love to see it. But I feel like that's the biggest difference. Right? That ability to just go out there, take over the game. The accuracy just for some reason hasn't really been there for me. And I'm hoping that this year it changes. I'm hoping that this year he can definitely, get it together and find a good balance between the run and actually getting that pass off. So, Bob says, my opinion, he's a running back trying to be a quarterback. Jonas says Fields doesn't have an offensive lineman. Well, I mean, we know what's going on with the Bears. I mean, they've made a few pickups, they made adjustments, but the real thing about it is this: your quarterback, right? Star, journeyman, whatever. Okay, at the end of the day, if they're good enough, they can take a terrible offensive line and make something happen. That's just the reality of it. And obviously, if they're not that good, then everything that could be exposed with the offensive line and them being a terrible quarterback is going to be shown. That's the reality. Shout out to Happy Face. What up, yo? Says, hey, Jay, I have something important to say. Any chance you can make a moment to talk about? Yeah, what up, man? What's going on with you? Let me know. Duke says, agree. Yeah, man. I mean, at the end of the day, there's so many different things that you can look at when it comes to the way that the quarterback is changing, right? A lot of the original quarterbacks that we know, like Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, those guys that stood back there in the field and can throw the ball, that game's pretty much gone. I mean, you'll still see it here and there, but right now it's a mobile quarterbacks league. So at the end of the day, it puts things into perspective as far as if you're going to be a running quarterback, then you have to be great. You probably need to be really great at your short passing, and you need to be great at running. That's the reality of it. Sent you a new text. Any chance you read it? Let's see here. Let me just confirm with you, Happy Face. You actually want me to read this? Can you confirm that for me in the chat? Because this is serious, man. And then he wants me to open a dialogue. So just waiting on you, Happy Face. Let me know. This is yes? Okay. So Happy Face just shot me a text. And before I get into it, I do want to let you guys know that it is pretty heavy. So if you don't want to hear something that, may affect you emotionally, or if you don't want to hear something that may bother you, or if you're sensitive to certain things in life, then you may not want to continue listening. But we're gonna get into it. But I wanted to give you that disclaimer. That way, no one can say, "Hey, I just dropped a bomb," without giving the opportunity to either take off or continue listening. So he just sent me a text saying, "My brother died last night. Drug-related blood poisoning. Addiction has claimed how many people who don't know how to ask for help. They can't speak. They just walk the dreadful plank with their heads down, consumed. The thieving regal substance pushing behind them with its pointed sword. They walk oblivious to the fall that awaits them. First and foremost, I want to give you my condolences to your brother, Happy Face. May he rest in peace. There's so much to digest when we get into these kind of conversations as far as death. No matter how it happened, death is definitely something that hits home. And, it's really important to try and find a way to make peace and have an understanding. I don't know your religious background, but I can tell you mine. I mean, I've dealt with death numerous times, including losing someone that was very, very close to me. And, God was what got me through a lot of that, the time and the pain, the issues, and the heartache that I had to go through. So, our prayers are definitely with you and your family. And obviously, if you do need anything within reason, I'm sure we can definitely, be here for you. But yeah, I mean, if at the end of the day, if there's anyone out there that is struggling with any kind of addiction, any kind of problem, drinking, drugs, depression, anything, it's truly important to understand that you do have value, you do have worth, you can change, you can become better, you can seek help. And, it starts with you. You may not be able to tell everybody what's going on, but you have the ability to know what's going on in your own mind. So you can make the proper changes and get the proper help that you need. And that's where I'm going to leave it. So shout out to you, Happy Face. I do wish you and your family the best during this tough time. And like I said, we'll keep you in our prayers. So I'd say this is this is a tough time. This is the second conversation, I think, in the last 7 days. Yeah, the last 7 days that we've had where we've talked about some difficult things. And, like I said before, talking about sports is all fun and good, but sometimes we have to have these serious conversations and talk about life because that's what makes it real. When I get in front of this camera, when I'm talking to you guys and we're all sharing hard experiences and things about life, that's what makes it real. We all joke, we all laugh, we have a good time Monday, Sunday, or Sunday, Monday, Thursday, throughout the week whenever I'm streaming. But like I said, when we have these conversations, that's what makes it human for me. So, important stuff. Ivyface says, if you have anyone in your family struggling with addiction, please do not feel like you are being annoying by stopping them. They are just mulling through. Speak up. They can't wake up. It's true. It's true. Sometimes you do have to look for the signs, and sometimes you do have to say something, no matter how hard it is. No matter how much of a fight you got to put up and different things like that, sometimes you definitely do have to get a point across. So, all right. So as far as pivoting just a little bit, you guys know that we'll obviously be streaming on Thursday. Like I said, we got the two games going. We're going to start breaking down week by week, just like this. We'll do our preseason week 1. Obviously, we'll check out the games, and then we'll recap, and then we'll get into week 2, which obviously we'll go through, as the weeks or the days go by, and then we'll do week 3 the same, and then we'll break everything down as we prepare for week 1 of the regular season. It's gonna be good. I'm hoping to see all you guys here with us as we progress through these days, and we get ready for football. So, Duke says, Jay, you a Yankees fan? Duke, how long you been here, man? You should know I'm a Yankees fan, yo. Yeah, I've been a Yankees fan forever. One thing about me is I never switch up. Y'all know me, I'm loyal. Jay is loyal. I don't switch up. ESP Matt says really excited for football to cheer up the year. Yeah, I think without a doubt, sports is one of the best things that helps people get their mind off of a lot. Especially coming off the summer and the politics and all the issues and all the problems and all that kind of stuff. But just being able to actually sit down and enjoy conversation and friendly banter and have a good time and watch some crazy stuff happen. That's what basically gets your mind off of everything else. So, shout out to you, Happy Face. Much love, man. Says Patriots going 12-5. Duke says Patriots going 5-12. So we'll have to see how that goes, how that really goes. Shout out to Patty. Patty Hassat says, almost lost a family member due to addiction. After many attempts at rehabilitation, he finally decided to stop. I'm sure it wasn't easy. Yeah, there's a long road to anything as far as that goes, especially for people who have been doing anything that long. It's very difficult sometimes to look from the outside in. But, at the end of the day, if you have the mind for it and you understand the person that, you care about, then obviously you'll be able to help them and move forward. ESP Matt says, is Mac Jones going to start or what? I'm not sure. I haven't heard too much as far as the choices between Mac Jones and Bailey Zappi. I think we're probably going to see some equal snaps. That's normally what Bill Belichick likes to do before the season starts. He's still having a dilemma in regards to his quarterback crisis right now as well. So, Jonas says Texans spanking those Patriots this Thursday. I don't know. We'll see. Max starting? Okay. Yeah, he's going to start until he throws like 2 picks. You know how that goes. He throws 2 picks, and you're going to see Zappy right in there. Kraft told Bill it's Mac. I mean, yeah, I'll give him that, right? I'll give them, yeah, Mac should start. But there's just so many issues as far as with the chemistry there, and I don't really think Bill Belichick actually believes in him. That's the problem. I really don't. So, yeah. All right, getting back to the poll. What do we got? 35 votes, 71%. You guys are most excited for those Vikings and Seahawks. I am as well. Definitely as well. Shadow Story says Stroud is a beast. Can't do it by himself, but we got a running game this year. Let's see how the receiver corps does. Yeah, I mean, we're going to have to get through this preseason, see what's really going on. And then obviously look at the adjustments that are going to be made come week 1. All of my predictions could be garbage depending on what decides to change. But at the end of the day, we'll have it all figured out come week 1. So, shout out to Ronald. Hope you're doing well, man. Definitely here for you as well. Lutza says, have to let Mr. Tucker know his Seahawks will be playing. Yeah, I haven't seen George in about a week now. I think it's been a week. Something like that, about a week. Yeah, I think so. Von Miller. So they said that he looks like he's ready to go. But it's one of those situations where they're really not trying to push it right now. So I don't know what that really means as far as he's ready to go, but they're really not trying to like push him hard. Pause. But yeah, I don't know. He said he's ready. They're saying he's ready, but there's like discrepancies in the story. So could be one of those tactics to try and like keep people off balance come week 1, but we'll see. We'll see. Definitely excited for it. So yeah. Shout out Happy Face says, I'm with you, Jonas. Mac is not going to last long with that diva emo stuff in Belichick's locker room. Not at all. Not at all. Shout out to James Walker. What up, man? What's going on with you, bro? Luta, will you air the Seahawks? Yeah, I'm doing both on Thursday. I'm doing the Texans and the Patriots at 7, and then the Vikings and the Seahawks at 10. So I'll be doing both. That I will. Shane Ray? That's a good question. I haven't really put too much thought into him, man. I really haven't. I mean, 30 years old. Hopefully he can add some depth. Hopefully. Duke says Gabe Davis better than Diggs this season. Woo, that's a hot take. Those is fighting words, yo. But here's the secret. I actually agree with you. Don't tell anybody. I agree with you. No, I do. I really do. Y'all know Gabe Davis has always been my favorite wide receiver on the team. Don't get me wrong, Diggs is nice, but Gabe just gets out there and he just balls. He's not a diva. He doesn't argue. He gets out there, he runs his routes, and he's just like, throw me the ball. And that's what I like to see. So, shout out to you, Duke. Duke trying to start trouble. Somebody going to be in my inbox later. Jay, you said that Gabe Davis is better than Stephon Diggs? I'm just saying. Hey, listen. Even Stephon Diggs said that if he wasn't a Bill, then Gabe Davis would be WR1. So, hey, he even said it himself. So that tells you something. So, yeah, I'm excited for all those guys. I'm excited for Kincaid, Gabe, Stephon, Cook. I'm excited for all the Bills. I think, like I said, I'm not going to go so far as to say we're going undefeated, even though I'd love to say it. We're going undefeated! But I definitely know that we're going to make it to the playoffs, and we're going to head to the show. It's going to be a hard fight. It's going to be a crazy season. But we're going to make it happen. We're going to make it happen. Shout out to my Gabe Davis fans. We get going with this season. I might give this joint away. I like this card. It's got the football patch and was that a piece of the glove? Yeah. It's got the football patch and a piece of the glove. So we might give this away for one of the Bills games. So yeah. Shout out to Jonas says, remember Stevie Johnson, word number 13 for the Bills. He caught a touchdown and he act like he shot himself in the leg for the Giants wideout. Remember that? Classic. You're bringing up classic name, Stevie Johnson, yo. I was actually just looking at old cards. I had who was it? Not CJ Spiller. Who was it? It was why am I drawing a blank? Ronald Darby. He was so fast and like had such a short career with the Bills. I was so mad when he left, but Ronald Darby was absolutely amazing for his time. Shout out to Jobless. What up, yo? Darren Trotter says, awesome, bro. Thanks for sharing your schedule. I'm going to be popping up so far and on off the weekend, so I'm tuned in. Shout out to you, Darren. Yeah, I'm glad to see you here, man. I could use that to patch my umbrella. Just make it work, huh? Make it work. You guys are hilarious tonight. All right, so what else we got? Anybody watch the fight? That Jake Paul and Nate Diaz fight? When Nate Diaz looked like a 50-year-old out of shape man. Anybody see that? Shout out to you, Immortal. Yeah, send that through, bro. You got the Addy. Yeah, I'll hold that. I'll put that right back over here for real. I'll put that on the shelf, yo. Darren says 5:00 game for Cowboys on Saturday. Yes. There is. Yeah, the Jaguars. Yeah, I know I'm trying to work on my Jaguars. The Jaguars versus the Cowboys. Jonas says that was when Fitzgerald was Bills quarterback. He passed the ball to Stevie. I laughed so hard. Yeah. Looks so silly, but he'll choke Jake in 2 minutes. Listen, here's my problem. And I'm not hating on Jake at all. Jake is doing his thing. He's making money. He's actually got people interested in boxing, which is one of my favorite sports. So cool. I rock with it. Here's what's crazy, though. I'm going to need him to fight somebody that actually boxes. Like, can he fight Canelo? Can he fight Spencer? Can he fight anybody? Kelly? Can he fight somebody who actually boxes? That's what I want to see. And that's what I'll actually spend money for you guys if it happens. Shout out to Jonas if you didn't think Paul was going to win. Well, we know that. We knew that. Jobless says, do you like the Lions? Yeah, I like the Lions this year. I think they're going to ball out. But yeah, can Jake actually fight somebody who really, really boxes, a true contender? I want to see that happen. I'm gonna give you credit because you're turning it into a business, and you're making money, and I get it. You're bringing attention to the sport, cool. But it's time that you actually fought somebody real. Happy Face says he knows he's not on their levels. He lost to amateur Tommy Fury very handily, right? And we respected him for that, right? He didn't get beat up bad, but he did lose. But he got in there and he fought. He held his own. That's what I respect. But when you got a whole bunch of retired MMA fighters who aren't working out, who aren't training, and they're coming in and you're beating them up, I mean, come on. Jobless says, no YouTuber has ever talked to me. Well, guess what, Jobless? I'm the best. I talk to all of my watchers, all my listeners as much as I can. So when you come through, and if I could talk to you, I'm going to talk to you, bro. Shadow says, give me Alvarez in the right weight class. Listen, that's another beast right there. Ronald says he's not ready for a real fighter. Yeah, I mean, but how do you get ready for a real fighter unless you fight real fighters? That's the question. You can't keep fighting a bunch of MMA bums and then expect to get a real title shot, because that's just crazy. But I think that's what he's going for. Like, oh, I'm 15-1. Now I want a title shot. But all 14 were bums who were retired MMA fighters. Like, that's crazy. So, there it is. All right, ladies and gentlemen. That is 1 hour on the dot. Shout out to you guys. Jabba says, you are the best YouTuber. Keep it up. I'm working, man. I'm working hard. Keeping it going for you guys. This will legit be our third season. But this will be the third season where I actually did the full. No, this will be the second season where I did the full season. So starting from preseason and riding all the way through, this will be the first full one. So shout out to you guys. We've came a long way in the last 2 years. It's been really interesting. We've had a great time, and I'm excited to keep it going with you guys. So more stuff coming, merchandise on the way. If I owe you a jersey, you'll get it soon. And that's going to be it for the night, ladies and gentlemen. I will see you all tomorrow. Shout out to the Wrench Gang. Shout out to the family, all the listeners, all the watchers. Happy face. We'll keep you in our prayers, bro. Ronald says, Jay, you should get in the ring with him. I'll put my money on you. Listen, give me like 2 months. I used to train. I used to box. Give me like 2 months, yo. I'm going to be real. I'll give him a solid 3. Whatever else happens after. Well, let me pause on that. That sounds kind of crazy. Let me pause on that. I'll give him a good 3 to 4 rounds. After that, whatever happens. Because I'm older now, yo. 10 years ago? Oh yeah, we going the distance. We going the distance. Shadow says, I told you, Jay, 55K by opening day. We'll see. I'm excited to make it happen. Hopefully after this season, we'll hit 100,000 subscribers. We'll all share in the congratulatory silver plaque, and it'll be a crazy, crazy season. So we'll see what happens. I'm excited to share it with you guys. Like I said, it's been a wild ride. I'm enjoying every minute of it. And, I love what we do here. I love what we have. I love what we created. You guys helped create it. It wouldn't be without you guys. So I appreciate every last one of you. With that said, ladies and gentlemen, have a great evening. I'll see you all tomorrow. Yeah, let me finish it up here. Immortal says, will you burn a golf jersey live after the Bears beat those paper Lions? Tell you what. Are they playing regular season? I got to go back and check. If they're playing regular season, I'll do it. And then I'll record it. We'll make it into a video, yo. I got to get up out of here, ladies and gentlemen. You guys have a great evening. Take care. Peace out. You guys are a trip, yo.